You keep saying you're not ready, but maybe that's just fear, dressed as logic. What if the thing you're most afraid to do is the one thing that will set you free? We waste many years rehearsing what could go wrong and call it being careful. But the truth is, the fear of doing it is always louder than the thing itself. Until you walk in, until you try, and then you realize you are the only one standing in your way. All praise be to the one who created the heavens and the earth, the shining sun and the radiant moon, the clouds which give shade, the food that nourishes us, and the water that sustains us, the creator of joy and happiness, and the creator of you and I. Welcome to Mārefa Podcast by Anoman, your weekly spiritual sanctuary where stillness speaks and ordinary moments whisper extraordinary truth. Here we take spiritual doses, reminders to realign, to reflect, and to return. Episode 5. Stillness in the Doubt. Today we remove the mask of fear. Every morning we wake up and we wear our masks: strength, confidence, indifference. But underneath it all is fear. Not the fear that shouts, but the fear that whispers. It creeps into our smallest decisions. Should I post that thought? Should I start that project? Should I speak in that gathering? Should I tell the truth? And behind it all, what will they say? He will judge me. She will laugh, or they will mock me. We become prisoners to the imagined opinion of others, not caged by walls but by whispers. And the tragedy, most of those whispers never even exist. The weight of silence. So the dreamer never writes. The speaker never speaks. The lover never confesses. The soul never blossoms. Why? Because fear convinced them that they were not ready, or worse, they were not worthy of it at all. But stop for a moment. Ask yourself, who set the boundaries of your life? Was it society? Or was it your friends? Or your family? Or social media? Or your Lord, the one who created you with a purpose? There are people who post every day out of fear, the fear of being forgotten. And then there are those who remain silent, doing nothing, because fear convinced them that they will never be enough. And somewhere between those two is a sacred path, a path not drawn by ego, not built on envy, but drawn by the beloved. Imam Ali once said, "If you're afraid of something, throw yourself into it, for the dread of anticipation is greater than the fear itself." I remember a moment, standing on the podium before a microphone, palms sweating, heart racing, the silence of a room waiting on my voice. I was not afraid of speaking. I was afraid of what would they think? What if I forget? What if I stumble? Or worse, what if they laugh? But then I spoke, and nothing collapsed. I didn't shatter. I soared. That's when I realized fear is loud, but it is often a liar. The power of walking in. The more you avoid what you fear, the more power you give it. But the moment you walk into it, you shrink it down to its real size. And most of the times, It is smaller than you've imagined. God is with you in your fear. Allah did not create you for hiding. You were not sculpted from clay to stay silent. You were given a voice, a soul, and a purpose, and a Lord who knows exactly what He placed inside of you. Even the prophets felt fear. When Moses was told to face the Pharaoh, he said, "My Lord, I fear that they will deny me, and my chest will tighten, and my tongue will be tied." And Allah responded, قَالَ لَا تَخَافَا إِنَّنِي مَعَكُمَا أَسْمَعُ وَأَرَى. What a beautiful response. He said, "Do not be afraid. Indeed, I am with you both. I hear and I see." What did He say? I will be with you inside your fear. The mind versus the soul. Sometimes fear pretends to be a wisdom. It says, wait, prepare more. It is not time yet. But really, it is just trying to stay in control. The mind, the mind, the mind. A brilliant servant, but a cruel master. It builds illusions, imagines disasters, rehearses failures. But the soul whispers, leap, trust, fly. Imagine a train. You're a passenger on that train. The destination has been decided. But what if you start running from one cabin to the other, frantically, thinking you will get to your destination faster? Or imagine yourself being on a plane, going from the back of the plane to the front, thinking that you will reach the destination faster. People watching you will think that something's wrong with you. But in reality, every one of us is doing the same thing. Our purpose was to just sit down, stay seated, and watch the changing scenes, observe, and let the pilot or the driver get us to our destination. We will only get to our destination on the appointed time. In this journey of life, in this train ride of life, in this flight of life, God is the driver. You will arrive not a moment early, not a second late. You will arrive when you are supposed to arrive. We spend our lives chasing, doing things, trying to get to our destination closer. But what we end up doing is constantly putting ourselves back, creating stress, anxiety, fear. All we have to do is just sit back and relax. Do the thing you fear. Do the thing that you're most afraid of. Write that poem that you wanted to write. Apply for that job that you've been waiting for. Make that call that you've been playing in your mind for the longest time. Start the journey. Speak that truth. Say what you believe. Launch that new project. Stand on that stage. Ask for help. Say, I love you. Say, I need space. Say, I'm ready. Because the longer you wait, the heavier it becomes. You're not born to tiptoe through life. You are born to walk, even if you tremble. And don't worry, even if you fall down, He's there to pick you up. Fear is not your enemy. It is an invitation to a new beginning. You've been standing at the edge, waiting, wondering, hoping for the fear to go away before you move. But maybe the fear is the doorway, and the trembling is a sign you're close. There will always be reasons not to be in. Always be opinions waiting to corner you. Always be that thought, what will they say? But none of them can speak louder than the whisper of your soul. The soul whispers, you are made for more. You are made to remember. Think of the sky. It never apologizes for its storms. It never doubts whether it should rise with the sun, and neither should you. You don't need to be fearless. You only need to be faithful. Because the fear says, what if I fall? But the faith says, what if he catches me? You don't walk alone. You walk with the one who parted seas for the trembling, who sheltered the prophet in the cave, who calmed the hearts in the darkness. And the same Lord walks with you and me. So silence the doubt, not by shouting over it, but by walking straight through it, with grace, with stillness, with Him. And remember, don't live in the mind. Step into what you fear, for the waiting is more painful than the facing. Thank you for listening. Mārefa Podcast from the Diary of a No One. Until next time, stay humble, stay awake, and remember, without Him, we are nothing, and He is with us wherever we are.